I mean, primarily am still a pianist, and I played trombone in the high school band, and so we needed some wind players for the band, and so that I became a trombonist in the band.
Mark on trombone.
Talented, like he's a really good piano player, and he was good at his horn. He played trombone. So to him, like, you know, the songs were pretty simple as far as like horn lines went, and it wasn't his, you know, sort of his cup of tea, I guess, and so he didn't really want to. A lot of the times he didn't want to be there and stuff, you know. And, it just seemed like it wasn't as much fun to him as it was to a lot of the other guys in the band, you know.
Oh, Mark, I don't know. Like, I wish he would have come out more. Like, I guess maybe he thought it was like too goofy or something to spend his time on. But I mean, yeah, he's a pretty sweet piano player and everything. I mean, he was good at trombone. He was good when he came out. It kind of pissed me off that he didn't ever come out. Maybe he should have just quit, but I don't know. Yeah.
Like, that guy was an awesome trombone player. He was like so good at music compared to the Blue Restaurants with water. But he didn't really, it wasn't really his thing. He didn't really show up very often to shows. When he did, it was exceptional. Like, he really added a lot, especially because Morgan, I mean, despite being really into it, Morgan was not at the level, anywhere near the level Mark was. So you had the two trombones together. Mark would just bring everything way up. And when he did show up, it was great. It's too bad he didn't show up more, but I mean, again, it obviously wasn't sort of, it was just more of a side thing for him to do every once in a while when he felt like it. And that was fine. I mean, we wanted to take him, I guess, however we could. And it worked. So.
The trombone player who was hardly ever there. But when he was there, better than Morgan. Much better than Morgan.
Alex, Sam, Goldwyn, Johnny, Doug, and Mark. And then I was next.
Over here we got Morgan Jones on trombone.
I think Morgan's gonna be a deadbeat someday, if he's not already. Probably.
Morgan, yeah. He wasn't as talented as Mark at trombone. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Like, you ask him, he'll be the first one to say it. I'm not like giving away any Grandpa's Army secrets by saying that. But you know, he legitimately enjoyed it, right? He came out, he skanked as hard as anyone else. And he was kind of like the comic relief of the band. I guess he got made fun of probably more than anyone else. But
Morgan, Morgasm, Morgay, 1,000 names for Morgan. We used to go to his house at lunchtime. He always whined. Fuck, man, that guy was a bitch. Like, we'd go and have lunch at his house, and like, if I did one thing, if I pooped wrong or something, like, I was gonna get like punched in the face. That guy whined, man. That guy loved to complain. Like, he loved to complain. Like, if you were like talking in his car while he was driving, he'd be like, "Shut up, guys! I'm trying to drive. It has to be safe."
Morgan was an alright guy. He was pretty nice for the most part. He was well-meaning. I think he was another one of like the more underappreciated members of the band. Like, he got made fun of a lot and stuff like that. Kind of like me, except that he was already a member of that clique. He was just the butt of everyone's jokes. He was like a lecherous kind of guy who was always all like, "Come on, baby, come on, I'm Morgan. Look at me, I'm pretty. I got money. Come on." And at least that's how the girl I was talking to described it.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome. I'm like, really? I never saw that side of him. He always seemed kind of putsy.
Have you picked up your trombone since Grandpa's Army?
I honestly can't find it. Like, it's at someone's house. I don't know whose. I've heard it's been everything used from a beer bong to like someone's friends smoked up out of it. Like, I literally cannot find my trombone.
Fucking Morgan, I don't even know why he brought it over. I really don't. But yeah, it's been in my closet for like, what, 3 years or something?
And someone asked me to play sax, so I said, "Oh, okay." And that was in grade 11, and from then on, I was a member of the band.
We got William over here on alto sax.
Yeah, Will's lyrics were lame. Will was lame. That soprano saxophone. Okay. This is a soprano sax. This is the instrument of choice for one William Walker. Here's my impression of Will Walker on this fucking thing. Look at this thing. I feel like I'm gonna break it. And then big giant pink pants. Okay, now check this out. Ready? Lame.
Will was worth it just for his lyrics. Like, the Bible reading during songs was too funny.
And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face I be hidden. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass, that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken upon him sevenfold.
And then, like, some of his costumes, like the infamous Killbot 3000, was some of the most hilarious things ever.
He was good when he was in the band, I guess. I guess he quit partway through. I don't know. I guess I could see that, but it was a bit annoying that he quit. But he wrote like half of our songs and stuff, and it was really good to have him in the band. Like, we're lucky to have him.
He obviously contributed. His obvious contribution is in the songwriting. You know, he wrote Honey, he wrote Nod, which are two of our best songs. He wrote the lyrics for Train. He wrote the lyrics for pretty much everything. And I think he wrote Bugs too, not the lyrics, but he wrote the music, I think, for Ugly Children. And yeah, he was awesome. I don't think the band would have really gone anywhere if Will hadn't joined, because, I mean, he was the first horn member after Mark, who was sort of a no-show a lot of the time, who actually knew how to play his instrument as well. Yeah, Will contributed a lot to the songwriting. And he also contributed a lot to the stage act, and that was the key to Grandpa's Army, is that a lot of the time we were unrehearsed, we couldn't play well, we were out of tune or whatever, but we put on a crazy show, and Will, you know, he'd have these pink parachute pants, or he'd be wearing crazy costumes, like pots on his head or whatever, and he would dance around and just sort of get the crowd interested. He's like this really tall guy wearing this crazy outfit, going insane on stage, and that in turn got Johnny moving. It got me moving around. It got all of us sort of more into the performance aspect of it, because Will was just like, I think this is how he is. He's just like sort of his personality is really out there.
Namstroke cab, Namstroke cab, Namstroke cab, Namstroke cab. The lyrics are, they're just kind of a filler, you know. You can't write a song without lyrics. You have to stick something in there. And Johnny knows that all too well. His lyrical feats are well documented in past performances.
Well, they're gibberish. Yeah. You can tell they're gibberish. There's random sentences. I'm a penguin, you know, like. Bill's obviously not a penguin, he's a really tall, gay hooker.